What's going on? And welcome back to another episode of the Hurt Business Podcast, the best combat sports podcast in the media game. Welcome aboard. Hope you subscribe. Hope you stay for the long haul because we've been doing this. We're like 200 episodes in, and before you know it, we'll be over 1,000. So join now or join later. But regardless, today we have quite a list of things to talk about. Francis Ngannou has a fight announced, which is super exciting. The Olympics have been ongoing. A lot of controversy in the boxing side of it this year, and the women's boxing scene. We're going to talk about that a bit. Of course, the Canelo and Berlanga pressers have been taking over the media this week. A lot of shit to talk about there, too. We'll cover. Turkey had some words for Canelo. Can't wait to dissect that interaction and what that means for them. And then what's going on this weekend in UFC. And then in the box, I've seen Virgil Ortiz is back for the third time this year at a new weight class. Hopefully a difference is made. He's fighting a really good guy, and hopefully he makes a huge statement. So all that and more in today's episode. Without further ado, let me bring in my co-host, my brother, my boy, Joshy Leach.
What up, gang?
How
Excited.
are we, Jim?
Excited. Yeah, it was a good opening. We got quite a bit to talk about in the combat scene as far as announcements go. You know, a lot of controversies and, you know, some things going on. So I'm excited to just jump into it.
Hell yeah. Well, of all the things I listed, what for you is like, yeah, that's most exciting?
Honestly, like the Canelo and Berlanga thing is like, I don't know. Like I usually don't like tune into like the pressers this early. Like I just don't really care. I know I say it all the time, but I don't know, that this has been all over my Twitter feed, and I can't deny how like entertaining this has been. Like Berlanga is just, I don't know. Canelo for one is just a different level of troll, and honestly, Berlanga's just been kind of boring about the whole thing. Like he's just like trying to be super serious, and he's trying to be like this guy who's like, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck you up. Like we'll see. Like we'll see when that time comes. I'm gonna beat you up. Like I'm gonna hurt you. And Canelo's just like, nah. Like I'm up until round 8, you're just gonna feel pain. Like
I love
you're just going to feel pain for 8 rounds. And he was like, Berlanga was just sitting there.
Yes, looking stupid.
Chewing his gum. Dude, he was chewing his gum. He was doing like 30 chews a minute, bro. Like he was going crazy.
Yeah.
Like the nervousness was definitely, you could definitely tell he was nervous. His legs were shaking. Like he was doing the little bunny hop on his leg. Like he was just like giving very nervous energy.
Yeah,
and Canelo was just having fun. Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's like anybody who actually believes Edgar Berlanga is gonna win this fight, and so Canelo just being as confident as he is, and nobody believing in Edgar is just like really been entertaining, because Canelo's just like, dude, like this fight is already done. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy in 8 rounds. Like, and he's set on it. So it's like pretty entertaining, but yeah, that's been great to watch that.
100%, bro. I loved every minute of it. And I do agree about like Berlanga giving a little bit of nervous energy. In the first one, he mentioned like, fuck guys like David Benavidez, fuck those guys. I'm like, bro, why like what's the point of mentioning the person that the world wanted to fight Canelo?
Yeah,
what's the point? You already got the shot. Why retract? Why?
Yeah, you think like
another name, and then he did it in the second press conference with Caleb Plant. He like started talking shit to him in the stand. Like, bro, you're already in the big spot. Why are you directing your energy towards like shit that doesn't even matter?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Nervous.
I don't get
nervous. It was weird. He was all over the place a little bit. It's a big moment for him. I imagine. Well, this is probably a fact. This is his biggest fight of his career. This is definitely going to be the biggest stage he's ever seen. Did you see Canelo this week talk about he gets 80% of everything?
Yeah.
Bro, that's yo. Imagine
he's bugging with that, man.
Imagine running shit like that. Like you make 80% and everybody else shares the 20. Yeah. Shares the 20. That's honcho. That's big boss. That's respect. We see Canelo, all right, boss. I see you.
Yeah, you got to just tip your hat to him at that point. Yeah, nah, I thought it was pretty funny, the whole thing. Berlanga, like I said, like
No chance.
it's just his time has come. We're glad, we're so happy he's finally getting this fight, and
Who's happy?
hopefully the fans are happy. I don't know about you, but the fans are happy about this because Berlanga has a lot of haters. He has a lot of haters. So
yeah.
I know they're happy to see this fight finally come, and all the shit talking can finally stop for them. Hopefully, I believe it will. But
if you're a Berlanga fan, you got to be happy he's not fighting a cab driver or a pizza man,
right? Yeah.
Or a forklift driver or a Walmart associate. You know what I'm saying? He's actually fighting a world-class world champion and a legend, bro. A legend. Like, this is how you build legacies. But I don't know. This is not the best recipe for if you're Berlanga, especially with Canelo getting some of the knock in his past 2 fights. Maybe it being a bit nicer to his opponents in the ring, not going for the finish, not trying to take guys out, maybe playing what's his name, Munguia, a little bit nicely, being a fellow Mexican, not trying to, demolish him the way he did like a Plant or the dozens of guys before that. So hopefully, he said
he's not here for that. He's killing this guy.
He's killing him in 8. You think it goes
he's
down?
Killing. I think honestly, I would. Well, I mean, we'll see when the time comes. I think he'll kill him in 8, maybe 9. But yeah, like this is a grown ass man. Jaime Munguia was a boy, like, and Jaime's like, he's a fellow Mexican, and he's very respectful. He wasn't disrespectful toward Canelo anyway. So I feel like Canelo sees a lot of himself in that kid, and he didn't want to like completely destroy this man's career. And I feel like Jaime kind of knew that too. I feel like he probably felt that in the fight too. Like, why is this guy like letting up on me? But Berlanga's not feeling none of that, bro. Yeah. He's feeling every minute of pain in that fight.
No compassion.
And I'm gonna love it. Yeah, I'm gonna love every second of it.
Canelo,
I'm not even a Berlanga hater, but some of the shit he says is so ridiculous.
Yeah,
for the people he's fighting, for the people he fights, some of the shit that comes out of that guy's mouth, is unreal. But it's unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, bro. Every time Berlanga's on a camera and in the media, he has just inches,
20 chains on,
inches thick of chains, just like heavy shit on his neck.
Sunglasses.
So that gotta tell me his chin and neck, that gotta be strong, bro. You gotta be able to take damage. Just carrying all that shit around all these events and doing all the festivities afterwards, you gotta be able to absorb. You know what I'm saying? We see those head workouts, bro. You think those chains aren't a workout? It's the same shit. It's like having weights on your neck, bro. There's no difference.
We'll see. We'll see when that chin
gets
connected with a fist.
On the topic of Canelo, Turkey came out on Twitter this morning and unleashed an insane tweet, in my opinion.
You think?
I think it's crazy. Like, you don't go for the pound for pound guy. The guy who can kind of like call like the biggest shot in boxing, you don't go for him. You don't go for him.
But I mean, like,
and Turkey has done a lot for the sport in the short time. We give him his flowers on the podcast every chance we can, but you don't go for the guy publicly like that. I mean,
Canelo definitely provoked them.
Did he?
In some way. I mean, like, why else would you come out and just like put a whole 2-page essay on Canelo? Like, definitely did something. And so, like, what this message pertains to, it just seems like they couldn't get a deal with Canelo or something for a fight. Like, Canelo was being stingy with money or something.
Bro,
and so they're basically just like, fuck you.
Parents. It's so simple.
Well,
like, nobody wants that fight, including Canelo.
Well, yeah, I get that, but it seems like it's more of a money issue too. And they're like, bro, like, how much more money do you want? Like,
that's the thing.
Come fight. Like, you have more money than any human can possibly obtain. Like, fight. Just fight now. Like,
you're right. It might be a money thing because if Canelo's fighting in a Turkey show, Turki Al Shaki card, then he must not be getting 80% of commission, 80% of tickets, 80% of this, 80% of that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just getting his money to fight, and that might not fit his what he wants to do at the current moment.
Yep.
But like again, back to Turkey. Like you say, he only takes easy fights. Like you're insulting him in this message. It's not just like I don't want to do business with you anymore. It's like you're diminishing him along the way. And I think I don't like that approach.
Well, I feel like that was said as more of like a fuck you, like,
Exactly.
oh, you don't want to do business with me? Well, look at the guys you're fighting. Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I don't think they really meant that. Because they like, who doesn't want to do business with Canelo? Like Canelo is literally like that. He's the guy. Like, if you want to make money, everybody knows that. Like, even Edgar Berlanga knows that. He's like, just the fact that I'm fighting this guy, like, it's gonna make me so much money, win or lose. Like, people know that. Like, when you do business with Canelo, you're gonna be a rich man.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I just think they couldn't strike a deal with him
For now. But
for money.
after
Yeah, we'll
this,
see.
like before, it could have just been like, all right, we'll just part ways and can't agree on a number. But then, like, you tweet something like this, there goes the future business.
Yeah, it's done now.
It's done. Like, if I'm Canelo, I'm like, yeah, it's over. I'm just gonna keep running the world over here, and you can do whatever you're doing over there with all the other boxers.
Yeah,
You know,
and I'll just do me. And it doesn't matter to him. He's fighting bums and getting paid millions of dollars to do it.
exactly.
So why wouldn't he do it?
If I'm Turkey, I'll just be like, that's why you ran from Benavidez and left it at that. You know what I'm saying? I would have left it there because that's a fact. That's not even like I'm throwing an insulting thing your way. It's like it's kind
He's been running from Benavidez.
Yeah, he's never. There's been all these guys. Like, you fought Berlanga before you fought. You're like, are we kidding? And Eddie Hearn also this week came out in an interview like, and all the people talking about Benavidez, he's already a light heavyweight. Let's not forget why he went up to light heavyweight. The guy was waiting like 4 years for the shot, and then just decided, fuck that. There's other big fights to chase. I'm not going to sit here and wait for Canelo. Eddie Hearn said that shit. I was like, bro, no fucking way, dude.
There is a Russian guy up there that he wants his hands on. And he might get him.
There's a pair of Russian guys that he wants his hands on. It's two of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's two of them. And he's licking his chops at either one. But point is, that's the route I would have took it from Turkey. Just throw a little Benavidez. Crawford is not really a threat to Canelo, I don't think. But
nah, because just the weight difference alone. But
too drastic, bro. Too drastic. Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. Weird approach for Turkey. Love what he's doing for boxing, but I wouldn't go for the top guy like that if I'm him. Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. On the topic of boxing, this year's Olympics, there was a story where one of the females from Algeria was a transgender instead of a born female. And I remember that day on Twitter, it was just everybody was saying, like, how could they allow a man fight in a female division? And I think this is like a notorious, undisputed thought that we all have in common, that it shouldn't be a dude fighting in a women's sport. And I think that's where all the uproar came about, including myself. Like, I was even tweeting, like, that's some bullshit. I can't believe we're having this conversation, things like that. And at the time, I think those were the right tweets to send out. But then now looking back, it's just so sad that girl from Algeria, who's like on her way to getting gold, we need to talk about her like in a different way instead of just giving her props for all the things that she's done, getting this far, putting her country on the map and doing incredible things.
Yeah.
That's the conversations we should be having instead of like accusing her of being something that she isn't and trying to put her in a different stratosphere, a different ballpark, and ultimately like diminish from all the things that she has accomplished.
Yeah, I agree. But also riddle me this. What would even, and this is like why people jump to conclusions very fast. And if you just take 2 seconds to do your research, you can find out a lot of things. But the number one thing I knew was bullshit is the fact that she was from Algeria. What makes you think that an African country is going to choose a transgender woman to be their champion? Why an African country is going to let a transgender woman represent their country? They're against shit like that. They're against gay people. They're against transgenderism. They're against the whole LGBTQ community. They are completely against that there. what makes you think they're gonna choose this person as their world champion? Like that alone, should have been enough. Like, what are we doing here, people? Like, that's crazy. That is so crazy.
100%. And people didn't.
I was like, Algeria? Are you kidding me?
People, including myself, didn't sit there to really think about it, bro. We were just appalled by like what we were seeing, what the reality was. And that was at the moment that it was a dude, and they were showing all these pictures and all this and that. And if we thought about it a little bit and had a little bit of common sense and thought where she was from, like that shit does not exist. You can't.
It doesn't exist.
You just can't transition in some parts of the world like you can here in the USA. It's just not a part of anything.
Their culture, let alone choosing it, and let alone choosing one of them to represent the country. Like, people are represented in the Olympics. People think like they're just going to be like, all right, let's have a transgender woman in a place where we are against transgenderists represent our country. Like, get real. Like, it's so silly to me. And honestly, I was one of the people that in the moment where I was like, holy shit, like transgender in boxing, like no way. And then I do my research. Like, I search things. Like, I'm not just like, yo, fuck this lady, like, or fuck this man, like, fuck you, like, doing this to this poor lady. 2 seconds, bro, I found out, oh yeah, she was a woman. And then I realized she's from Algeria. I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, come on.
That was my process as well. Like, I found out that, like, then things started to resurface of her as like a young child, and it was clearly a girl, you know? And it's like,
she has a condition.
Bro.
She just has a condition where she has more testosterone than normally. That's it.
Nothing's wrong with that. The biggest issue I find in this whole thing is the media part. Like, why is there so much shitty, bad information? Like, it's like being in high school again, and like the shitty rumors, and then the next thing you know, the end of the day, everybody knows about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are we spreading this bullshit, bro? These false narratives. Let's try to eliminate that. Try to think a little bit more, because if we did, we would have realized, like, Algeria, you don't do that shit out there.
They don't do that there, bro. Not in an African country. Like, get real.
Not an African country. But yeah, she really has put on quite a run in her Olympic 2024. She's fighting for gold this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch. She's gonna be great.
Hell yeah, I'm kind of rooting for her, low key. Olympics have been fun though. I've been enjoying it. Just being able to open the phone at like 10 a.m. and there's like
Noah Lyles. How about him, right?
Yeah, man, 200 meter.
Fastest man alive, bro.
Yeah. That dude's
I'm excited for this tomorrow. Actually, he's competing for the finals for the 200 meter. If he's a back-to-back gold medalist in an event that he was not supposed to run in the 100 meter.
That's he's usually a 200.
His event is the 200 meter. So the fact that he won in the 100 meter is props to the kid, man. And like, I haven't been keeping up with him too much, but I know people have been like, his story is pretty crazy. Like, he has been saying for years now that he's going to be a gold medalist when he competes for the first time. And fucking, he set it out to do it. He was cocky and people hated that, and he did it. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Talk the talk, walk the talk, right?
Yeah, bro.
A good chance to get a back-to-back gold medal tomorrow, so that's it.
That's cool as fuck, man. Well, I hope he brings it home, represents the U.S. well. Have you seen the Sprinters documentary on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
I think you'd like it as a runner, bro. I think you'd fancy it, man. It like covers the Olympic athletes and kind of their routine and their day by days through qualifies, through like all that shit and their training. And yeah, you might like it. I watched it yesterday on my way to the gym, and like really like, you know what I'm saying? Really got you in the zone.
Right. You going to the gym?
I'll be going every now and then. Speaking of gyms, if you're out there and you're listening and you're in that Massachusetts area and you happen to know of a good gym that does like beginner jiu-jitsu and you want to sign Josh and I up, we've been talking about it for way too long now. So if you know about a good spot, send it via DMs. Let's sign up. Let me beat Josh's ass, bro. Let's go.
2 different weight classes, but I'm getting bigger, man. I'm putting on the weight, so we'll be in the same weight class. I'll meet you halfway.
Let's go, bro. I'll cut. We can find a nice middle.
I'm down.
The next piece of news, man, in the UFC, some announcements for UFC Paris. You know, I would have,
So and so, right?
yeah, I would have liked a bigger name on this card, especially if they do it once a year, and especially Paris is MMA scene and how we've seen it grow in the past few years. Cedric Doumbé, like the crowd's
Yeah.
reaction to him has been unbelievable, and the UFC has replicated it with some guys, and this time they're trying to do it with Money Moicano and Benoit. What was this dude's name?
Benoit Saint Denis.
Benoit Saint Denis, and co-headlining with Nasruddin Imavov and Mr. Brandon Allen. Two big fights for some good guys in two different divisions. What do you think of the Money Moicano and Benoit fight?
I don't know. It seems weird that like Benoit Saint Denis just fought Dustin Poirier, and then all of a sudden Moicano was fighting him. Like,
Yeah,
that's a little odd to me. As a main event, though, I
it's a big
don't know how I
card.
feel
Low-key.
about.
It's a big spot.
It is a big card, but I don't know about them headlining. That isn't really. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense. How a guy gets knocked out and now he's headlining. I don't know. I think this could have. I think they could have pushed this back a little bit more and tried to get Cyril Gane in there. I feel like Cyril Gane is definitely the face of French MMA at this point. I mean, nobody's denying that.
Him or
And
Cedric
so
Doumbé.
I would say more Cyril Gane, but I would agree.
But like
I would agree,
one
Cedric for
two.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to not at least get Cyril Gane in France, like, damn, that's kind of, I don't know, that was kind of weird to me to see that he doesn't even have a fight announced yet. Like, it's been so long. Last time he fought was John Jones. And when was that?
Like 2 years ago almost?
Yeah, and when was that? Like, that was a while. Dude, it's been a long time since he's fought, so I don't know. I feel like he's due for a fight, and they're not really giving him one. I don't know. Maybe he's just taking some time off.
He fought what's it called? Sergey Spivak.
Oh yeah, knocked him out. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, but since then, it's about to be a year in like less than a month, and we still don't have a fight on. Oh yeah, we do actually. He has Alexander Volkov in October, UFC 308. Why didn't that fight headline?
So like why not? Yeah, so why not put that on the France card? I don't understand.
Especially when 308 is like insanely stacked already. Like Cyril Gane, if you took that fight out, it still has like a lot of potential unbelievable moments without Cyril Gane and Volkov.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like anytime I watch a card in France, like it just needs to have Cyril Gane there. Like, it's like going to Manchester and not having Tom Aspinall. Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense. You have to have him there.
I agree.
So that's where I'm at with that. I'm not hating on it. I just wish he was fighting on this card because it would have been that much better. But
yeah, no, I welcome all the Gane bluff and just smoke at the current moment. I'm not over him like not fighting Aspinall. You know what I'm saying? I'm not over that. That's such a big fight.
Yeah.
And turn that down. And Curtis is like a great alternative. That was an awesome build up, like anticipation, like skill versus skill situation. But like, yeah, Cyril Gane fumbled a very, very fun fight for us fans. And I don't know. He's doing a movie. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Could take 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 1 year. Might be in French, so us US English speakers may never really get the Cyril Gane movie. So I'm just bitter at the current moment when it comes to Cyril Gane. But Money Moicano gets a chance to really make himself like a superstar if he goes to France and beats Benoit Saint Denis in front of that crowd and like emphatic fashion, which if we're making early predictions, I don't like the matchup for Money Moicano.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think that's a very, very difficult one for him.
Yeah,
stylistically.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think they tossed him this, and they were like, "Hey, you're exciting, and we need somebody that's equally as exciting for Benoit Saint Denis." We know it's going to be a tough fight for you. Do you want to take it? I think that was probably literally the meeting. You might get fucked up, but do you want to take it? It'll be a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's a big fight, and that's probably what he wants most right now is big fights, main events, bro. Like that's give it to me in front of a crowd, Paris. You know it's gonna be hostile. So some fights this weekend, not too much in the UFC. I really have all of zero thoughts on this card. There's like three fighters I'm anticipating watching. The main event is kind of booty.
It's just one of those cards, you know. Dana's got to have the calm before the storm, you know. It's just how it is, and I feel like it's always in summer around this time. Cards kind of suck, and then they get better, but I don't know. They can't all be good, right?
Yeah, they can't all be good, but it's usually like the cards that suck sometimes produce some of the knockout of the year. Some of like, you know, some future contenders are born on cards like this. So who knows? I'm going into this with that mindset and hopefully enjoying some fun fights.
We'll be watching, but low expectation.
The fight I'll really be anticipating, the what I'm most looking forward to this weekend is Golden Boy's Virgil Ortiz's return to the ring. He's facing a 24-1 Serhii Bohachuk. How'd I do?
Not bad. Not bad.
Let's go.
You usually butcher the names. That was good.
Yeah, I regularly butcher the name. So I had a bit of a cheat. One of my coworkers is Ukrainian, so I did ask him how to pronounce this, and he gave me that, and I still think I mispronounced it. So my apologies. But he is a gangster, 24-1, 23 KOs, in a fun style. He's like a lot taller than a lot of these 54-pounders in the weight class. Not like Fondora size, but like he's you know, long, lengthy kind of guy.
He's actually 44-1, which is crazy. Not counting his pro. Well, no, he's in his pro career. He's 24-1 in his pro career, but he actually has 44 KOs or 43 KOs, which is insane.
How does that make sense, bro?
What do you mean?
How he 24-1 with 40 KOs?
Bro, I'm just saying in his career, bro. Not just in his pro career.
Like in his AMI career, he got KOs?
Yeah, in his amateur, he got straight KOs in his amateur career.
I don't think that's
so true. I'm just saying this guy has been knocking everybody out.
I think the post you've seen is combining Virgil's knockouts and his knockouts. Because I also seen that post. It was like, damn,
no, that post too. But this guy has straight knockouts in his amateur career too.
If you add Virgil's knockouts and Serhii's knockouts, that's 40.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
I think that's what you're thinking of, which is Virgil's the one with 100% knockout power. That's the excitement here. That's the one, right?
Yeah. But this guy's got a lot of knockouts too.
Yeah, for sure.
In his amateur career too.
Yeah. Of his 24 wins, only one of them went the distance. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
And one of them he got knocked out.
And that was a bad one. Did you see that knockout?
Yeah, and that guy has disappeared since.
Yeah, that dude beat him, fought Charlo, and then was like, "Yep,
he's like, I'm done." That's it for me. Nah, but definitely an interesting matchup for Virgil. Like I said, definitely a guy that can bring the punch to him. You know, a Ukrainian guy, so we know what he's about. He's got the grit. You know, he's got the heart of the Ukrainians, and you know, he does live in the States. I forget who he trains with, and I was gonna fucking say this and I forgot. I just completely forgot. But he trains with somebody out in Cali. I'm not gonna remember. Whatever. I'll say it on the next pod. But this guy's like legit, man. And I'm surprised I don't know about this guy until now. He's legit, dude. Like real Ukrainian style boxer, very quick, good hands, a lot of fucking power in his hand. And I don't know. This is a tough one to This is a very underrated one because this is one I really feel like he could really give some hurt to Virgil. I feel like more so in the later round, just because how Virgil fights, Virgil kind of opens up. And once Virgil opens up, this is where this guy shines. Like if you watch his fight, this guy literally opens up perfectly in the middle rounds, and he just puts these guys out like in miraculous ways, like more ways than none. Body shots, knockouts, TKOs. He puts guys out any way you ask, and I don't know. It's a tough matchup. I feel like for Virgil, I by any means don't think that Virgil's going to lose this fight. I think Virgil is too gritty. I feel like he's got a little bit more power than this guy. I feel like he's a little bit more quicker, a little bit more accurate than this guy. But I would not be surprised if he hits Virgil with a body shot in one of those later rounds and Virgil feels it. I would not be shocked because this guy has got some fucking heat on his body shots. Like he hits fucking hard, and Virgil has the perfect frame for it too. I feel like those body shots are pretty open most of the time. I'm surprised most people don't really test Virgil downstairs. They kind of try to knock him out. But yeah, I'm kind of on the fence for this one a little bit. I don't know. I feel like Virgil's gonna win, but fuck, dude, this guy. Well, I've watched his fights. I was like, dude, this guy's got some heat, bro. Like this is a guy we really have not seen Virgil fought before. I've gone down the list. Like there is really no opponent on here that on the top of my head where I'm like, Virgil has fought this kind of guy before. So, it's always a coin toss when it's like a new archetype for a fighter. So we'll see how he reacts. But I think Virgil in his professional career at this point, I don't see any reason why he doesn't get through this guy. But we'll see. It'll definitely be a tough one.
Yeah, agreed. It'll be a tough one. And another aspect to all this is it's his third fight at this new super welterweight weight class. This 154 is still kind of new to him. And his past two fights this year, he fought in January, he fought in April, I believe, which is like 3 months apart. Honestly, those fights were probably tune-ups on paper.
And then a fight from a year after that. Like the activity's not really there.
Before that, he didn't fight for 2 years, bro. He didn't fight since 2022, which is insane, man. And I think he had some like conditions and some injuries that he was overcoming. So like I understand the time off, but he's at a new weight class now. He looks good. This is obviously a big step up in competition that you highlighted. I'm excited to see how he figures out this architect that you described, this the style. But like he always has been like the power puncher. What happens when power meets power? That's what we're gonna find out, bro. Can he keep this streak alive? 21 KOs is a crazy run to be on.
Yeah, he fought the one. Yeah, go ahead.
I imagine he continues that streak, but sorry.
No, I was just gonna say he did fight. He did fight the one. What was it? The Russian guy, I forget his name. He did fight one of those guys who was a really good fighter, but a little bit on the shorter side and not as durable as this guy might be. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I think that guy he fought might have been Ukrainian. I can't remember the names of these guys.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I don't think Virgil fought him though. I think they were supposed to. It just was one of those fights that fell out because he got injured or something like that. Burchek, the guy with the red hair.
No, not him. The other guy. Oh, what's his name? Hold on.
Yeah, because his past two fights.
I'll pull him up.
Were against two.
This might have been during COVID, or a little bit after COVID. I can't remember the guy's name.
Is it Iggy?
No.
Iggy.
No.
You trying to shit, mate? You trying to shit?
No.
You taking a piss, mate?
What the fuck is this guy? Where is he? Yeah, it was actually this fucking guy right here. The Edgilis guy, the guy from Lithuania.
Edgilis?
Yeah.
Kakulimauskas.
Yeah, that guy. That guy had some power, but he was like, that's like the only guy I can really think on Virgil's list that had some real like power on him.
Maurice
Frederick
Hooker had some
maybe, but
crack.
like I don't know. Maurice Hooker?
He had some crack, no? Tall guy.
No.
Had those arms.
Nah, he didn't have it that night. He didn't have it that night.
Word.
But I don't
So
know. What's your prediction on this?
I think Virgil extends the streak, bro. I think he it's 22-0, 22 KOs. Although I hate to see Oscar De La Hoya win.
Yeah,
I just don't want to see it. But Virgil's a damn good boxer, bro. That guy's the real deal.
I like Virgil inside of 8
Why?
because most of his fights end in 7 rounds.
Okay. Fair.
Majority of his fights end in 6 or 7. He has a bunch that end in 3. He has a bunch that end in 5. He has one that ended in 9. I'm gonna go for 8 with this guy. I think that's when Virgil really opens up too. I feel like he'll find the rhythm by round 5 with this guy. Hopefully he can take the punch from this guy, you know, and we'll have to see. I'm really expecting a good fight here, like a really competitive fight, but I just don't know if this guy's gonna be able to take Virgil's power. Like all the other guys couldn't. So what makes this guy so special? And the fact that he's already gotten knocked out, you know, by a guy that is much more powerful than Virgil Ortiz. That's all I really need to know. So
yeah, it's probably telling us what we need to know.
It's very telling of this story here. So Virgil? I'm gonna go Virgil inside of 8.
Yeah, a couple Virgil picks. I also think it's gonna be a KO. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I'm not a mystic round guy, but I definitely think it'll be a finish, man.
Come on, let's get a round out of you. Let's get a round.
11.
11?
Yeah, we'll see, man. Ukrainians, brother.
Wow.
They're tough to the core, man, just naturally.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
damn, 11.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fight, bro. I wouldn't even be surprised if it goes like the full distance.
Yeah, this dude he's never had a fight that's went the full distance. That's crazy.
Well, just one. He just one of his victories. He got the decision.
Yeah.
But
Virgil.
Oh, Virgil. Yeah, Virgil's.
Yeah, this guy's never seen the. He's never even seen the 11th round. He's never even seen the 10th.
And you imagine
full picks. I like it.
Let's find out on Saturday.
Full picks.
That covers all the list of topics I had. I think this is a good time to close the show. If you made it to this part of the podcast, Josh and I greatly appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, to tell a friend, that we out here, and cop some merch. I don't got none on today, but they're available at hppshop.com. Until next time, free Palestine.
Peace. Free Palestine.